Sorry everybody, I ran out of battery on my camera. Here we go. Let's see for part 2 of what's in my pack. If you missed it, go back to part 1 and you can get a catch up of everything you see here and all the uses we got for it. The knives, all the gear. Anyway, let's get back to it. 2 crossbows. Right here I have 2 air guns. The air gun would be for very small. I mean, the pistol is something like, I think they said 750 feet per second, and it shoots a hunting pellet. It's an 8-shot or 10-shot, and it looks like a 357 Magnum, kind of a Python thing. And you put the CO2 in the handle, and it's actually pretty accurate. Now, if I was going after small game, it might not be a bad idea, but for the most part, I'm not going to rely on something like this to hunt. This would stay in the truck, along with my real gun. I'd be carrying my real gun on me. The thing I would worry about or use for hunting would be the crossbow, the slingshot, and my own guns I would be carrying on me. Okay, let's see. Duct tape, electrical tape, compasses, signal mirror, glue, food, wire ties, a real tent. Now, everybody always says, here, throw your tarp on the back and you're good to go. You can fold your tarp over and blah, blah, blah. That's great. I have 3 tarps in the truck and 1 tarp that goes in each of my bags. Actually goes around it in the back, and I put bungee cords to hold it in place. Now, why would I worry? I have a family, a wife and 3 kids. Why would I try to get everybody in a cheesy tarp when for next to nothing as far as weight, I can carry this 4-person tent, get everybody in there, and keep the mosquitoes off me at night? One thing to think about is you can only go so far and carry so much bug spray like I have right there. Now, how long is my family going to be out in the woods that I'm going to have to worry about now mosquito-borne illness or being bitten all over their body and they're complaining and itching and who knows, right? I think this is a good thing to throw in your truck or throw on the top of your backpack and strap it on the top up here. It's no weight, or throw it on the bottom of your pack. There's no weight to it. See, like right here on my pack, on the Alice pack, in the small of the back here, here's my straps. Hold on, let me get my focus. Here are my straps, and I just strap on a tarp in here. So I have at least a liner to go on the ground under my tarp, so that way I know the ground's going to be dry. Then I'll throw another tarp over top if we have heavy rain. That way there's no water coming in the tent. Dry family, happy family. Keep the mosquitoes off, very happy family. Here's one of my light cooking gear sets that I divide up among the packs. And also I have my little fishing kit, a hand line, and in the truck I have a full fishing kit and a portable fishing rod. So over here real quick, I'll touch on this part right here. Just picked these up the other day. A mover's blanket. Got this at Harbor's Freight for $5. It is 6 by over 6, so it's about 6 by 6.5 feet. It's heavy duty. We took this out to an event with our church, a turkey shoot. Laid this on the ground because the ground was wet. What a fantastic, fantastic barrier. Kept us dry the whole time. The kids used it. They wrapped up in it later in the days as everything got dry, and the bottom of this really hardly got wet. So this is a fantastic deal. It's nice and thin, but I mean not too thin because it has a little padding to it. But it's thin enough to lay flat on the floor of your trunk and not be like a comforter or a sleeping bag. But I have 4 of these in the car. I have a big family. I got to worry about them keeping warm. I got to worry about them being on the ground, being damp. I also worry about my own comfort. I don't want to sleep on a rock all night or a pine cone. I want to make sure that when I wake up in the morning, I'm not aching. And when I roll over, that I have to go, oh, I have to stretch for 20 minutes just to walk. This will make the night a little easier. So a couple of these on the ground, give you a little bit of padding. Use a tent, for goodness sake, people. I know you don't have to, but there, for your emergency go bag, fine, a tarp is great. But you know what? We don't have to live like cavemen. We can carry a tent. So anyway, here's the gear. What I do is I divide all of this up evenly and divide them into 3 sections. The plastic tub, the green tarp, or the green Alice pack, that backpack. Now, to make my life easier with these backpacks, because now I'm going to have to worry about additional bags. I'm going to be the pack mule. If something happened and we were forced to go on foot, which probably is not going to happen, but if I'm forced to walk on foot, I'm going to be the one carrying everything and possibly a child in my arms. So, what am I going to do? Make the packs as light as possible. Put the heavy gear in the tubs, because we're going to be with my Suburban. We're going to be in the truck. Over here, these packs hang on your side, and I put the heavy gear and the stuff I'm going to use right away. The stuff I'm going to need to use, hold on one second. The stuff I'm going to need to use in these packs, these haversacks. So I have some gear in the bottom of there already. So the haversack will hang on my side. I don't have to have those tools, the knives, fire kit. I don't have to have the slingshot, all that weighting me down on the back. On my back, I can have tarps, a couple of light tins, some duct tape, the food, some extra arrows, things like that. I can thin out my backpack, put the heavy stuff on my side. And that way I'm not killing myself carrying it all on my back. Let's see. What I would do is, let me quick take a drink of water. Excuse me, please feel free. Take a break. Anyway, what I would do is set up your side packs right there to have the things that you would need instantly in your hand, so you wouldn't have to go searching through that backpack. You wouldn't have to stop, take off all your packs, drop the kids, flip the top open, go digging down in, looking for what you need to get whatever. You might need to start your fire. Why have all your fire gear in there when it could be right at your hip? Open the top and there it is. Why go digging for your slingshot if you see some small game when it's right there on your hip? Why go searching for a Pop-Tart? Something to keep you going that you don't have to start a fire. You can keep walking with the family when you got a Pop-Tart right on your side. How about if you needed a tool, a wire cutter, because you come up to some barbed wire you got to cut through or something. I'm giving you some kind of crazy idea. But anyway, why dig for a tool when it's right on your hip? Keep everything handy that you need. Your fire kit, quick little go food, tools, your slingshot, a good knife, flashlight, things you don't have to take your pack off for, you don't have to dig for, that saves weight in the pack. Put it on your side. Okay? Besides having a good pair of cargo pants, like the 511s I'm wearing here, that you can put all, I've got like 87 pockets in these pants, plus inner pockets inside here, which I know you can't see. They're magazine pouches on the inside. Put as much on your legs and on your waist as possible to not kill your back. Alright, so when I divide everything up, I have 3 complete sets. If something happens and I'd have to run from my truck, which is, when you really think about it, why would you be running from your truck? Or why would you be leaving your truck? Okay, your truck's out of gas. There's an impassable road. There's an impassable river and the bridge is knocked down. I'm trying to think of disaster. I'm not trying to think of martial law, which everyone's always talking about. I'm not thinking about nuclear war, which could be. Any of these situations definitely could happen. But I'm just trying to think of the logical. What's the number one thing you're going to run into when you're out in the woods or you're on the go needing this gear? Is probably a disaster. Look what just happened with Hurricane Sandy. I went through several hurricanes, and the last hurricane was Hurricane Wilma. It was a horrible one. So let me tell you, it's good to have some gear, have it in the truck, have it ready to go so you can hit the road and you have everything you need to survive. When you get to a point where you can't go anymore, you now have triple, quadruple redundancy. You could swap with some people for something more important. Or you're just going to become a pack mule, break your back, and put 100 or more pounds on your back and try to get everything you can out of that and get rid of the junky stuff you don't need. Okay? So I designed it so not only do I have triple redundancy in each pack, I have triple redundancy there, there, and there. That's in the big truck. That's in the little truck, and that pack always stays in the big truck. So right there in one truck, I had 2 packs. But here's a for instance. What would happen if tornado came through,